What is going on, guys? I apologize for yesterday's video. A lot of you guys were bitching and saying, why are you uploading a video when the internet is so shit? And I'm like, clearly you've never been to a third world country, and especially the airport of a third world country. I mean, I can't even get good Wi-Fi at LAX, let alone El Dorado Airport in Colombia. So quit bitching. I tried to bring you guys a video because of the way the markets were moving. I saw that there was a significant movement in BTC's price, and I wanted to shed some light as to possibly how to play that from a trading perspective and why that is. And now that I'm back in my hotel room, it's actually been a pretty crazy travel trip. This time I went from LA to Bogota, from Bogota to Sao Paulo. This morning I went from Sao Paulo to Rio, and then took a flight the same day from Rio back to Sao Paulo, and now I'm in Sao Paulo in Brazil for a couple more days before going home. So anyway, I tried to upload a live video, and the internet was pretty shit. Obviously, you don't know that until after the video is trying to render. It's not like during the video it tells you, hey, your internet sucks. So I'll keep trying to do that, because obviously I am traveling a lot, but I also want to keep you guys informed. So on Bitcoin, you see this inverse head and shoulders. Now, we talked about this a few videos ago, and I was saying that, it looked like this pattern was forming, but we shouldn't have confirmation bias. Just because a pattern is forming doesn't mean it will actually form and take shape and break out possibly from there. But we actually did form a legit inverse head and shoulders. This is a bit lopsided at the moment. I was just drawing it really fast. But we do have a positive inverse head and shoulders, or positive breakout from an inverse head and shoulders. And so this pattern was confirmed. Now, what is the quickest way of telling whether something is a dead cat bounce or a bull trap? And it is volume. You guys know this because you've been following me, and you know how much I harp on volume. Looking at the volume, you have this orange line right here. This is the 20-day moving average on the volume. We are well above that over the last 3 days with no real sell-offs in sight. So that is a great sign for BTC. We are also now touching the 100-day EMA, something that we've been failing to do going all the way back to March. So, actually, sorry, not March, going all the way back to May, early May. So we are now touching the 100-day EMA. And again, if you've been following my previous videos, when we've had some of these green candles here, people were crypto Twitter especially was talking about, oh, is this a sign of a reversal? I'm like, well, dude, just look at the volume. You'll know right away. And we can't really call something a reversal until we hit something meaningful like a 50-day EMA, which we finally closed above yesterday. And what happened when we closed above a meaningful level like the 50-day EMA that I've been pointing out? We've had the biggest surge in months in this candle right here. So volume is really important, and I hope that this showcases how important volume is. Now, what's going to happen from here? Well, if we don't see any sell-offs after this, because people will probably be compelled to take profits since we're in a bear market and we haven't had many profit-taking opportunities, at least on Bitcoin. Obviously, we've made a ton of profits on other coins like ZRX, Zencash, Neo. Follow the trade alerts if you want those. The link is in the description. So what's going to happen from here is, if we don't see sell-offs in the form of tall red candles succeeding this, then we will continue to teeter between in the low 7,000s until we see a market confirmation that there will be some sort of whatever the next movement is, right? So whether it is a movement to continue up further or a retracement. Now, looking at the momentum indicators, the MACD, the stochastic, and the RSI, you'll see that we do have room to grow, and we could possibly keep climbing in price a little bit until we get to the 7,500 level, retest that, and see what happens from there. Now, the reasons that we are seeing this jump in BTC, in crypto, everyone wants a reason for why something happened, and you forget that the major reason why these prices move is because we are in a market. So this is a market, and markets involve snowball effects. When 6800 is a major point of resistance, and we're failing to break above that, and then we finally do, you'll see more buyers come in, then more buyers come in, then more buyers come in, and it becomes a snowball effect. So that is part of the reason that Bitcoin pumped. Another part of the reason is a short squeeze. We've had a bunch of short contracts and short sellers on Bitcoin at around the 6,800 price level. So once we close above that significantly, what happens is the exchanges where people are shorting on either force the positions of the short sellers closed, depending on their leverage requirements, or the traders themselves close in order not to bleed money, because a short seller is exactly opposite of a long seller, which you probably are, or sorry, long buyer, which you probably are. So the more the price keeps going up, the more they lose money, which is the exact inverse of your position. So that is really why Bitcoin's price is going up. There isn't some magical reason as to why it happens. It's a market, and these market forces are taking control of the price action at the moment. And just as we are starting to, just as I was starting to make this video, you see this inverse hammer pattern forming here on this candlestick. Now, this candlestick has a little bit more time before it closes, but this right here is a sign that we might see a pullback, and you see now this volume bar turn red, and it is well above the 20-day moving average, meaning that people are selling off at around the 7,300 level. Who can blame them? Again, in a bear market, you take profits where you can get them. I don't blame people for selling at 7,300, especially if they bought somewhere around the 5,800 range. All right, that is it for this video. Go ahead and subscribe. Thumbs up the video. Leave a comment. And guys, make sure you follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, especially if you want a glimpse into the pictures that I take while I'm traveling, as well as some funny life stories that I post while I'm traveling. That is where most of the travel updates happen, is on the Instagram. So follow me on the Instagram, follow me on Twitter. Make sure you check out the Discord link. The Discord is 100% free. That is where we hold all of our interesting crypto discussions. Hit the Patreon for the weekly report and the trade alerts. Stay safe out there. Peace.